Hello, my lovelies. Here are the Virgo Ascension Oracle Messages for the month of June. I hope you're all well and things are moving and grooving for you. So I've done a little meditation, tuned into your energies, and I've been given a rather convoluted vision for you. So bear with me. It does have a nice twist to the end of it. So whether you're male or female, I saw you standing on the dockside, the quay, waiting to get onto a ship, and you were rather poorly dressed, just had one sort of very small, like a cardboard suitcase, and two small children with you, and you were going in the lower class part of the boat, and you wanted to sail off to a new life and start again. And there's a whole crowd of people all getting onto the ship, so from the first class down, and then suddenly somebody pulled you away from boarding and said, no, you can't get on board, you need to see the doctor. So you were taken to see a doctor to be examined, and it looked like you had red spotitis, spotty face, and they said, oh, no, that's catching. We don't want to spread that right through the ship. So no, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to give up your ticket. And then somebody runs forward and says, oh, I'll buy the ticket off you. And you're not very happy because you really set your sights on taking off in this new direction, starting a new life, sailing across the ocean. But you know that at this point it's not possible for you to do that. And so grudgingly you hand over your ticket to someone else, and off they go. And as you are in the sort of holding sheds where all of the passengers are lined up to go aboard the ship, there's a very wealthy lady, and it looks like she's stepped out of a beautiful Rolls Royce, and she's all covered in jewels and furs and stuff, and she's saying farewell to her son. So her son is going on this journey on this ship, and she can't go with him on this occasion because she's not well enough to travel, so her doctor says. So she waves farewell to her son, and as you start to look up at the ship, you see that the name of it is a Titanic. So we all know what happened there. So the next part of the vision is this lady looks very upset because her son is going away. So she turns to you, and you have a little conversation, and she says, oh, I'm really in need of a companion. Come with me, she said. Come in my car and I'll take you back to my beautiful sprawling home in the countryside, and I'll give you a job, because I really do need some help and some assistance, and I'm sure there's all sorts of things that you can do for me. So looking at this vision, whenever I see a vehicle of any sort, whether it's a plane or a ship or a boat or a bicycle or a car or a train, it is our journey in life. It's where we are heading off to. So the energy around you, Virgos, in June is of setting out on a new adventure, a new journey in your life, starting something new. Now the two children in the vision, it doesn't feel like they are your kids, although you may have children, those watching this. It felt like they were your dreams. They were your ambitions. They were your desires and your goals. So you had these little boy and a little girl hanging onto their hands. And when you were refused the opportunity to get onto the boat, there was this feeling of such disappointment, such frustration as well, in a way, that outside influences had stopped you. And I know that for an awful lot of you, you've been planning things for a very long time in your lives, and you're feeling that you are ready to take that step, ready to take that leap, to start something brand new. And if for some of you it is moving abroad, whether it's literally next door into another country, or it's halfway around the world, that is a strong possibility. But also this journey feels to me like it's an inner one. So you exploring you. So you're still hanging on to those kids, those two little children, and the lady in the Rolls Royce will take those as well. So we know what happened to the Titanic. So this really is a blessing in disguise. So if you've got something planned, you've got a strong goal in mind, and you've been working out all of the details, and you're at the dock, wherever the dock is, and you're ready to board, like really take off time, then don't be surprised if you're halted, if you're delayed, if you're prevented from going on board, because it is a blessing in disguise. It doesn't feel to me like it's, if you went, it would be life-threatening or anything like that. It's much more to do with the divine timing of things, because I haven't finished the vision yet. Something even better is going to come along. So when I'm sitting tuning in, I'm seeing all this stuff, and I think, oh yeah, right, okay, right, tell me a bit more. Yes. And I thought, oh, that doesn't sound too good, is it? The Titanic and everything. However, as the vision opened up and expanded even more, there's so many elements to it. I'm trying to recall all of it for you. This wealthy lady took you to her house in the country, and she can represent quite a few things, really. The children represent your inner child, your childlike self, your dreams and goals when you were little. And the older lady represents you as an older person, as a mature person, as someone who's lived a life, who's had experiences and adventures. And she's inviting you to take another path. So even though you might feel frustrated about something not working out when you thought it would, how you thought it would, just turning away, maybe 180 degrees, there's something else coming in. Now, because it's an old lady, this can be something coming from your past, an idea or a dream or a goal from this past lifetime and or a previous lifetime, because I get the feeling this old lady trusts you totally, and she invites you. So there's a really good connection. There's a really good feeling of familiarity, a sense of really trusting you, to be in her company, to invite you into her own home. Now, the Rolls Royce is pretty good too, isn't it? Because that is sort of upmarket. That's what they call high end. And I see you within this vision going to this lady's house, mansion, whatever it is, and you becoming ensconced there and fitting in really nicely, being companion to this old lady. And what comes out of it is, she says, well, I'm feeling so much better now. I would really like to go on some travels. Would you accompany me? And I thought we'd do a cruise, and of course we're going to go first class. So you think, oh, that feels much better than going in the lower class of a ship that sank. As I say, something better is coming in through a completely different door. So my sense of this whole vision is that, yes, you feel all geared up to do something amazing with your lives, and moving away from, because right at the beginning of the vision, I saw all of these people on the dock ready to start a new life, and a part of where you have come from had, because in the story of the Titanic, people came from all different countries around Europe to get away from the poverty, the religious persecution, and all those sorts of things, and made their way to Liverpool, which was where the Titanic sailed from. And so you may have connections with either family or business connections or friendships with other countries in and around Europe, and a feeling that you wanted to get away from that, any collaborations that you had there, to start something brand new. So as you step into this new life, being somebody's companion, I feel it's going to open your eyes to the riches of life. It's going to help you to see, value yourself, how you value others, how you can bring those things into your life that a part of you might have thought, well, I'll never achieve that. I'm never going to have stuff at that level. But there's definitely a new pathway for you, which you would never in a million years have dreamt of taking, but an opportunity is going to come your way that would take you up a notch to how you have been living your lives. So I hope that makes sense. And as we work through the rest of the reading, I'm sure I'll get some more insights with things. So, now I'm going to go to the animal card first, because that links in with the vision. Now, this is the opossum. That's not a little creature that we have in the UK, but you might have heard the phrase playing possum or playing dead. So in the movie of Titanic, Kate, I can't remember her character's name now, when the ship actually sank and her fiance was looking for her, she actually hid, gave a false name, because she didn't want to be with him or marry him or have anything to do with him. So she covered her head with a scarf and hid herself away so that he couldn't claim her or rescue her. So in a way, she was playing possum. She was pretending she died with all the other souls. And then she went on to arriving in America and lived a very different life to the one that she would have had she married this overbearing, controlling fiancé. So if there is a part of you that feels you need to play possum, meaning play dead, that energy is far more powerful than battling with someone, than with a stand-up, knock-down fight, than with any sort of conflict. Because this little creature, the possum, when he's attacked, he just lies out flat. And then he exudes this pong, which is a musk, which is like a death, a smell of death. And so any of his predators will get one whiff of it, and I think, oh, he's dead, he's died. Well, we shan't bother fighting him anymore. So you have the ability to appear to be no longer there. However that resonates with you, it's a very clever way of diverting someone away from any form of conflict, any aggression, any misunderstandings in a way. It's not cowardly, it's more of using your wits. So being a Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the messenger of the gods. He has an ability to be very witty, to use words in such a way that you can tie other people up in knots with how clever you are. And so there's a strong suggestion here of how you can diffuse a situation. You can lead people into thinking one thing when something else completely different is happening. So the number is 23, which adds up to 5. And the number 5 is about constructive freedom. So the ability to build, construct, make a way of living that gives you a sense of freedom. So even though you might be hemmed in on certain sides by people or certain situation, you have an ability to change that, play dead, play possum, and have a sense of freedom. And usually what the possum does is once he's done his little death act and the predators have moved away, he opens one eye to see if there's anybody around, and then he gets up and tootles off to do his own thing. So it's camouflage in a way. It's the ability to feign death and to get away from a situation that could have been worse if you'd stood up and fought back. In fighting back, you'd be wasting an awful lot of energy, and the outcome might not be as pretty as you would like it to be. So it's being canny, it's using your wits, using your lovely mercurial energies. So the little mini opossum says, have a plan, use common sense, honour the strategy that works best for you. So as I said, there's a something coming along which might bring you up short, and you could be not only frustrated but really pissed off and really like you'd set your heart on something, and so that nervous energy of like putting your heart and soul into an expected result, and then it doesn't follow through, it falls through. So in turning away from it, because on the dock they said, oh, there'll be another boat, you can go another time. Well, there will be other opportunities. But in a way, Spirit wants to keep your feet on the ground, on dry land, rather than going across the oceans just at the moment. Because the other opportunity does come up. We're in a much safer boat and going first class. Also, I get the sense that whoever this little old lady is that shows up, not only is she wealthy, she has influence, she has connections, she's also very supportive of you and gives very good guidance. So however she shows up in your life, and don't think she's just a weak little old lady. She can be elderly, but she's very canny as well. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's it feels like she's made her money herself, so not through having inherited it or had a silver spoon in her mouth. Now, I also feel that this old lady, as I say, whoever she is, however she turns up in your life, she may be of a foreign culture to yours. So whoever's watching this, wherever you come from, this little old lady has a foreign influence. And I also feel that they're telling me it will be a woman rather than a man showing up. And also this person is going to open up your heart to seeing seeing how clouds do have a silver lining, and also showing you rainbows. So rainbows have a very special energy. They only show up after a storm. And also, you may have heard the phrase, the rainbow bridge. So it's that energetic bridge when we go from being in a physical lifetime, crossing it into the non-physical lifetime. And also, all right, they're showing me the different rays, so the colours in the rainbow, the different rays of energies that the masters come in on. So you will have Archangel Michael, who has the blue ray. You will have Saint Germain, which is the silver violet flame, that ray. So the energies that are coming in to assist you in June and beyond are going to shift your energies. So I said it's like going up a bracket. So when you were just, you know, the poor little person standing on the dock, and then you go to travelling around in a Rolls Royce. Yes, that can be on the material plane, you know, recognition and rewards and material things coming in. But I also get the sense that that is like a spiritual birthing, awakening, and right, they're talking about counting your blessings too. So we'll look at the other little oracle cards that have come in, and I'm going to put these two together. So the first is the angel card of courage. So you see the angel doing a nosedive, just diving straight in, no fear. Courage, which is rage or passion of the heart, and flexibility. So not just being physically flexible, but mentally flexible, emotionally flexible too, because when something comes in and it brings you up short and you think, oh, well, I've put all of that effort into this and it's just, it's gone down the drain, and a part of you might think, well, that's it, it's over, I want to give up. It's you want to stamp your feet and shake your fists and think, oh. But when you have flexibility of mind, body, emotions, you are able to do that 180-degree turn to see this other opportunity coming through the door. So it says, I let myself flow with situations. As a master, I am not flustered or stressed by difficulties. I let everything go, passing through me like water through my fingers. So not holding on to one outcome that you think is the only thing that's going to show up. Because when we hold on too tightly to something, you're not allowing the universe to deliver you something even better. So by being flexible in all areas of your life, it's having your ear open to an opportunity. If you were totally closed off and just dived into the anger or the frustration or the upset of a situation not panning out as you would like it to, you can't hear or be aware of something tapping on you on the shoulder and saying, look, there's this, it's even better. So I've asked for a healing with the angels card. Now this tells you everything. Power. And there's this extraordinary angel, and she's breathing out. On the one hand it looks maybe like a trumpet or some sort of instrument, but she's actually blowing out, exhaling, and the big old storm clouds all around her. So the storm clouds can be when the glooms descend upon us, and we've been through a rocky time or stormy waters, or emotions all up and around and all over the place. With the energy of this card, to exhale is to blow out, to get rid of, to let something go. So like with the possum, exhalation is or expiration. When we expire, we die. When we inspire, breathe in, we come alive. So inspiration is breathing in, expiration is breathing out. So again, playing possum, breathing out all the old crap you've been holding on to. And as you breathe in again, you get that sense of empowerment. So the energies that are running through June for you is about your own self-empowerment. Because right at the beginning of the vision, it looked like a little poor little person who has no very few possessions, has no control over their life, who's hanging on to this last little opportunity to make some changes, and then it's whipped away from you. But then that ability to see, in letting go of something and turning and stepping into something else, you become really empowered. Because I feel like some of the other ones who couldn't get on the ship, they probably went to the pub and got drunk, whereas you turned around and an opportunity came right to you. So you don't have to look very far. It feels like it's there. It's literally at your shoulder, somebody tapping you on the shoulder and saying, oh, I've got a job you can do. And by the way, would you like to travel first class? So I've chosen you a card from the Romance Angels, because we see how things are with your love life. So I feel that the vision isn't just about work or career, because it is about you manifesting your dreams and your goals, whatever they might be. Also extricating you from a situational relationship that had quite a low vibrational energy. So there might have been like a victim rescuer scenario going on that you felt you had to get away from. So the romance card, very soon. So for some of you, I feel this is when you recognise that a relationship, a situation is well past its sell-by date, and you're just on automatic pilot, you're just treading water, there's no real give and take anymore, and you felt able to move away from it. And again, it may feel like some of you are walking away from a situation or a relationship, taking very little with you. apart from a little cardboard suitcase, and or with the children. But with this card of very soon, it says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. It also says to me, clearly decide what you don't want. So when we're aware of what we don't want, we are very much aware of what we do want. However, if we keep focusing on what we don't want, what we've been through, the trials and the tribulations, if you keep focusing on that, you're still activating the vibration of that negative scenario. So keep your ears open, keep your antenna alert for what you do want, because it is so close to you now. Once you get into alignment vibrationally with it, it will show up. So it's catching your thoughts, catching your words before you're able to form any negative scenario about what's going on. Just, oh yes, oh no, I mustn't go down that lane anymore, must I? Okay, the ship sailed, it sank, fine. But I was removed from that situation before disaster happened. And just to think, wow, how very blessed I am, how very fortunate I am. And then something wonderful is about to turn up. So clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And this is a very lovely depiction of the lovers, because there's an equal energy here, there's an equal understanding, an equal partnership, where she's leaning back on him, feeling supported, but he's sort of moulded into her as though they are one. So you're looking for each other. He's found her, she's found him. You're looking for each other. And it's very, very soon. So I'd like to finish off with an Angel of Abundance card. So we'll see what energy wants to come through on that. So if any of you have associations with Liverpool and or Ireland, because although the Titanic was built in Liverpool, when it was launched it actually sailed to Ireland and picked up more passengers there before it went on its final journey. Okay. Ooh. Lovely. Ooh. Right. Ooh. I've got too many there. Too many's jumped out. Okay, I'm also hearing that for some of you this delay is to do with you launching something. Aha! Launching a ship. Launching a project. Launching an idea. So you might have written a book or a play or a script for a movie, or it's using words, it's using your beautiful mercurial abilities to share ideas with others. So if there's been like you get the rejection slips from the publisher, one or two of those, not to become disheartened, because that's probably the wrong publishers for you in the first place. Okay, and as we get through towards the end of June into July, dear old Mercury that rules not only Virgo but Gemini too, pesky old thing's going to go retrograde again. So if you can bear the weight, which has two meanings, so bear the weight, W-A-I-T, waiting time, and or bear the weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, you know, the heaviness of something on your shoulders. By the time we get out the other end of July, I feel this opportunity will be right in your face. Right in your face. So I'm going to give you a something I gave to the Taurus viewers. When the moon is full in Taurus, it will be November, Scorpio time. So I'd say bring that in your diaries, because there's I've been told there's a reveal for you. It's like something will come to light. Oh, okay. And also, if for any of you this has been about trying to launch something, like a business or a book or a script or whatever, they're talking about possible editing, rewrites, adding some more chapters. So for the insights that you get because of this delay, which really is an opportunity to look at something again in a different light. So when you do come to launch it, finally, it has more of a more of a zhuzh to it. Okay, so this makes sense. Focus on your priorities. So rather than getting frustrated about something not happening when you wanted it to, they're talking about going back to the drawing board or back to the script writing. Okay. And also what I'm looking at here is when I'm sort of trying to plan something out, I work from the launch date or the publication date backwards. So I put large sheets of paper on the wall, stick them on the wall, and then I write all of the priorities that I have to do, but backwards in time. So as you're getting closer and closer to the due date or publication date or whatever it is, you work out week by week, month by month, what needs to be done, listing the priorities, what you can leave till the last minute, what needs to be done now, maybe using, you know, different coloured post-it notes, but so that you see it every single day, so it's in your eye line, and you can tick off, right, I've done that, I've got to get in touch with so-and-so. And because Mercury will be going retrograde, there can be delays about communicating with others on trying to organise things. However, if you've already started something before that retrograde period, you can continue with it. But having a visual list of priorities, it works really, really well. So this says, where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. So as I said, if you focus on all the awful things that have happened, the outcome will be awful. So not putting your energies into something that's dead or dying. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident. So I hope that's been of some help to you, my lovelies. I know it's rather convoluted, but that's how my lot seem to be working with me at this moment. Well, at least you didn't get a song, you know. My heart will go, no, I won't sing. So yes, there's quite a lot in there. And you might like to take a peek at the movie again, Titanic, because there might be something in there that resonates even more deeply with you. You might receive another message on another level about where it is you're heading in life. Do leave me a comment, because I'd love to know who these characters are when they do show up in your life. Sometimes they are exactly as they have been shown to me, and at other times they are a sort of a concept. I know they're all aspects of us. So the children are aspects of us, and the old lady is an aspect of us. Yeah, so however they show up, I do wish you well. Have a wonderful June. Be gentle with yourselves, and don't get too frustrated if something doesn't turn out immediately how you would like it to, because something really, really much better is coming along, where you will feel so much more fulfilled. So I love you and leave you. Bless you for watching. If anybody wants to have a private session with me, or to commission any of my artwork, all the details are in the box below. So till next time, lots of love. Bye.